In 1995, Toby Jepson released his first solo album through an obscure indie label, Cottage Industry, a far cry from the heady days of Polydor Records and the major record label scene. A year or so previously, Little Angels had bowed out at the Royal Albert Hall after 7 years together and becoming one of the most successful bands of their generation. But all was not well. Internal friction, dwindling label support, and a fast-changing music scene took its toll on the band, and once disbanded gave Toby much to dwell upon. Ignorance is bliss was the result. This couldn't be further away from Little Angels if it tried. Fast forward far to May 2020, in the midst of the world's biggest modern day pandemic. This little known gem is set to emerge again on Toby's own record label, Jepsong's Recordings, with a fresh coat of paint, including 2 previously unreleased bonus tracks, as well as a full restoration remaster by Simon Francis. Released in a songbook format containing 36 pages of production notes, hand-drawn illustrations by Toby's youngest daughter Evelyn, lyrics, song explanations, and a forward introduction by writer, journalist, longtime friend and confidant David Galbraith. This release is set to re-establish this long-lost opus as a curious bookend to the career of one of rock's most enduring yet largely underground artists. This is an album that certainly passed me by, as well as many others, so it's great to be able to experience it now in such a remastered way. Not that 1995 me would have appreciated it anyway, what with all the new metal arriving on the scene over the next 5 odd years. Older, wiser, much more receptive to rock music, Ignorance is Bliss is not a title that rings true here. Sounding as relevant as ever, especially considering the current times, some people are more equal than others, is a blast of a start. Super strong guitar riffing and impactful vocal performance and droning rhythm that is very infectious. We then get contrasting tracks of Better Off Without Me, bringing some nice and mellow vibes, whereas Slipping Through Your Fingers ramps up the excitement with a hell of a lot more guitar groove. One of the catchiest tracks on the album. Although that's not saying much, considering just how earwormy the entire album is overall. The subtle verses of Haven't Got Your Strength, the increase in bite that appears in The Wind Blows Hard, and welcoming warmth of All Heal in Time. Whatever teenage me would have thought about this record is completely irrelevant at this stage, as getting on in years me absolutely loves it. Each new track offering something slightly different, but all part of a concise experience. Still offering surprises, we get a grungier offering with I Won't Be With You, where the chorus is an absolute blast, or the melodramatic but sweet vocals of Save Me From Myself and Out of Sight, Out of Mind, as well as the blistering guitar solo of Harder All the Time. Nearing its conclusion, a pair of energetic and surprisingly upbeat rockers and Open Your Mind and Get Your Feet On ease things at a point where momentum potentially could have been lost. It's not though, as Toby Jepson assures we go out with a bang, with one last morose and incredibly reflective track in the form of Spiritually Bankrupt. Ignorance is Bliss, the 25th anniversary remastered deluxe edition, will be released on the 17th of July 2020 via Jepson Recordings. Make sure you check it out. Let us know what you think of it in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on GBHBL.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal, what else is life for?